What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I want to break down the psychology side of trading. These are a couple of things that help me get to having five-figure months very quickly. When I was at this point in my trading career, I was stuck, didn't know how to get past this mental barrier. And these are like the key principles and things that I did that really helped me scale my trading to like $10,000 days, $16,000 days, all the way up to $25,000 days. This is what I use, this blueprint that I'm going to show you guys. If you are new to my channel, would definitely love if you guys could hit that subscribe button. I have a ton of videos dropping, plus I already have a ton of videos on my page. And when you guys subscribe, when you guys like the video, when you comment, it just makes me understand that people value my content, and it makes me want to try harder and to keep putting out content. So I appreciate the love, all the love that you guys give me. It does mean a lot, whether you guys know it or not. I'm telling you right now, it really means a lot and it pumps me up. Even some of the comments, like I had a comment on the video previous to this one, there's like 3 comments from my mentorship students, and it's just so dope seeing you guys pour your heart out. And if you are one of those people that you want one-on-one help, I do offer one-on-one mentorship, where I do Zoom calls with my students and I break down everything that I've learned over the past 10 years from trading. Click the link in the description. You can book a call with me and we'll talk on there. So without further ado, I think we should just get into my computer and I'll show you guys exactly the whole psychology side of things. These are just a couple of things we're going to go over, but guys, will make the biggest difference if you apply it. So one thing that I would do if I were you guys is start taking mental notes of your trading behavior. When you guys are trading, I know a lot of you can say that you get anxious or you get fearful because a trade is in drawdown and it's close to your stop loss. I've begun to notice that the only reason we feel things like anxiety, anger, being too excited when we're trading, those negative emotions, it's because you're risking just a little too much. Now, when we know that the reward of something is much higher than the risk, we're going to go into it with ease and confidence. So if you guys feel any anxiety, if you feel scared when you're in a trade, when it's in drawdown, that simply means that you're just over leveraging a little bit too much. And all you have to do is take your risk down. So one thing that you guys need to understand is, like, when you're trading, you should be calm. You should be relaxed. The way that I like to look at it is being robotic, where I am 100% emotionless. I don't have any emotion when the market's going in the favor. I'm not getting all excited and be like, oh my God, this is crazy. No, I'm calm. I'm expecting of it. If I follow my trading rules, if I follow my trading setup, I should expect it to go the way that I want. This shouldn't be, wow, what? This is crazy. It should be like, yeah, I knew it was going to do that, of course. So you guys need to really be cognizant of these emotions that you guys are feeling. Now, what tendencies do you guys face? This is when you're trading. Do you feel greed? Do you feel like you're a little greedy? You're over leveraged, where if this trade does go south, it could blow your entire account? Are you impatient? Are you rushing into trades too easily? One thing that I did that made the biggest difference is I started to really ask myself deep questions, and as well with that, what I did is I simply started tracking my behavior. When I had a day where I'd lose money from trading, I would be like, you know what? I don't like the way that I feel. By me making this specific decision of risking 20% of my account versus 3%, and it took a loss, I feel sad. I feel angry. I feel like I'm just disappointed within myself and my actions. So one thing that I like to do is, like, when you start tracking these behaviors, these feelings, then you start to get data sets. You're getting data sets on your performance, how you feel, and you can then say and stop yourself in the future. Like, imagine if you over leverage your account, you lose 20% of your account, you're depressed and sad. Now, in the future, before you make another impulsive decision like that, think back to the day that you made that decision in the past and how you felt. Put yourself in that feeling again of being sad, of being depressed, so you can understand, I'm not going to do that again. I didn't like that feeling. So a lot of it is listening to your gut and just making the right decisions. Like, we all understand that for every action, there's a reaction. Every decision that you guys are making when you're trading, it's either putting you closer to your goals or it's sending you further back. And that's the biggest thing, is you guys need to understand the results in your trading aren't going to change at all until you start changing your behavior. You need to have behaviors that are consistent with being a successful trader. What do successful traders do? They're patient. They're not greedy. They understand the long term. They're looking at the tunnel vision. They're not looking at the next 10, 20 feet in front of them. They're thinking about the next 5, 10, 20 years from now. So you need to start thinking long term. So start tracking these behaviors you convey when you trade. Really, really look inward and ask yourself, why do I feel the need to over leverage my account? And then you get an answer. You're like, well, I want to make money right now. Okay, but why do you feel the need you need to make money right now? Well, I have bills to pay. You're like, okay, well, why do you think though that like trading is your get rich card out and it's just going to pay all your bills? Well, that's what it looks like on Instagram. People are flexing Lambos and Raris. And then you start to ask yourself, but did they really get those things just off like one trade? And then you get honest with yourself and you're like, well, probably not. They probably have been doing this for like 5, 10, 20 years, and that's why they have the results. And then you start to ask yourself, but why do I feel the need that I need to be on that level? And if I'm not, then I'm going to start to get discouraged within myself. Why do I feel that way? Dude, a lot of people, they don't realize a lot of their problems can be solved in life if they sat down, put their fucking phone, they turned it off. Like, guys, I have this thing right here. It's a lockbox. I can put my phone in here, and I do this all the time. I put my phone or something in there, and I could set a timer. So I'll literally do that, like, on the weekends. If I just don't want to talk to people and I want to relax, I will put my phone in there all weekend. And I'm telling you, that's when I get the best ideas. When I have my whiteboard, when I have my books to read. Like, dude, if you guys literally just put away all distractions, you sat with yourself, you asked yourself deep questions, you would have a lot of answers very, very quickly. But it's hard. Like, dude, I get it, guys. I live in downtown San Diego, and there's traffic all day long out here. It's hard for me to focus sometimes. I have my homies hitting me up that want to kick it. I have students that want to do Zoom calls, and it's hard sometimes. But I've noticed that I find peace the most when I'm with myself. So you got to really work on yourself. You got to change your behavioral patterns. Okay. Journaling everything is going to be important. For like digital journaling, I use tradezello.com. I mentioned it in a couple videos before this. And then I would also have like a physical journal as well. Like, I have my physical journal right here, where I have a pen and paper, and I write down all my feelings that I'm experiencing at the end of the trading day. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? I write things like, Colt, you're reaching new levels in your trading every single day by being consistently behaving in this manner. Keep freaking going. And I see these little mental notes. I'm like, dude, like, I'm doing everything that I need to do. So a physical journal and digital, game changers right there. If you guys don't have those, you need to start journaling. Okay, next part. Do a complete life cleanse. Guys, if you don't work out, start working out. That doesn't mean that you have to go to the gym. I actually went to do hot yoga last week for the first time, and I found it very enjoyable. It was relaxing, but I was still sweating like I was really working out hard. So I sometimes, like, if you want your life to change, you need to act completely differently. You need to hang around with completely different people that you're used to. You need to try things that you're not used to. Like, if you don't value your health and yourself, you're not going to be able to experience the wonders and joy that this earth gives us. So if you guys aren't working out, if you're not healthy, dude, you're going to die early. You're going to have cancer. You're going to have problems like that. Like, come on, it's just factual evidence, especially with all the food that's processed, GMOs. Like, guys, you got to be very, very careful with what you put in your body. And with this last point that I'm going to give you on this slide, it goes and it syncs with this one. Self-discipline starts with what you put in your mouth. So if you can't discipline yourself to only eat healthy food, to not put sugar in your mouth, candy, anything like that we all love and enjoy, which is fine to have from time to time, But like for 90% of the time, you should be putting in really healthy food. But self-discipline starts with what you put in your mouth. If you aren't disciplined with your eating, you're not going to be disciplined with your eating out. If you're not disciplined with or working out, if you're not disciplined with working out, how are you going to be disciplined with your training? Do you guys understand that? Like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but you need to kind of take a step back and be like, you know what? Like, dude, if you do not have successful habits in this area of your life, this area, this area, this area, why all of a sudden would you just have successful habits in your trading? How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're not seeing success in your trading, I don't think it's at a point in your life where, oh, I need to go and look to buy another funded account. Trading doesn't work. It's this. It's the market makers. Oh, it's news that came out. It's this. It's like, dude, it's you. It is you. There's nobody else, no external circumstance that is causing you to fail as a trader. It is you. It's not the mentors on Instagram. It's not the gurus that you call a scam. It is you. And as men and women, you need to take responsibility for everything that happens in your life, whether you caused it or not. Brian Tracy talks about this, and we'll get to that last point in a second, but dude, when I really felt fulfilled in my life, in the happiest, it was when I was working on myself. I wasn't just doing physical exercises to get big and strong and look good, have a good physique. I was doing mental. Like, do you guys see these books behind me? Like, these are just a couple of books that I've read. I've read over 100 books over the past 10 years, over 100 books, probably way more than that. But that's just like the tip of the iceberg, guys. I do a lot of audio self-development these days where when I'm in the gym, I am not listening to music, guys. I'm not listening to any fucking music at all. I'm doing self-development, reprogramming my mind, becoming the best version of myself. Because if you guys think that you getting rich from trading and getting a Lambo and a mansion is going to make you happy, it's not. What's going to make you happy is you challenging yourself to become the best version. And by struggling, going through pain, suffering, once you make it out of that and you see yourself in 10 years, you're going to value who you are as a man or woman way more than any materialistic item. Dude, who cares about the freaking Gucci wallet, the Lambo? That stuff doesn't matter. What really makes me happy is the man that I am today. And when you work on yourself and you become the best version, you're going to experience a type of love for yourself that you have never experienced. And if you want to love another person, the best way to love another person is to show them what true self-love is. If you can't love yourself and if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of another human being? It all starts and ends with you guys. That's what I'm getting at in this video. It all starts and ends with you. And once you realize that, you articulate yourself so much differently in this life that we're given. And it becomes very beautiful. So let me go over the 5 stages of change with you guys. There's 5 stages of change that human beings experience. First stage of change is when I make a mistake, but I'm not cognizant of the repercussions or consequences associated with that decision. The second stage is when I make a decision, and I'm now becoming cognizant, aware that, hey, by me making this decision, there's a certain outcome, and I don't really like that outcome. Third stage of change is when you have made that mistake so many times that you can no longer take the pain that's associated with the mistake. Human beings only change if they have experienced enough pain. The fourth stage of change is when you rarely, occasionally fall back into that mistake, that pattern. And then the fifth stage of change is when you have finally conquered yourself and you no longer make that mistake anymore. So the question that you have to ask yourself, whether it's in trading, in life, how can you get from stage 1 where you make a mistake and you're not cognizant of the repercussions or what's associated with that specific decision to getting to stage 5 where you no longer make that decision? True intelligence is learning from a mistake by making that mistake as few times as possible. It's a key right there. So learn to have self-control. Meditation will be your best friend. I have a meditation I listen to. It's just, if you guys type in Bob Proctor meditation, it should be like a 20-minute meditation. That's the best one out there. Okay? And then listen to the audio on YouTube. No Excuses by Brian Tracy. It's all about self-discipline, guys, how to be the best version of you. And I promise you that video will really help you guys out. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. You got value. If you do want that one-on-one help from Colt, and you want to learn how I trade everything and get into my mind and unlock this power that I can give you, I want to give you guys the keys. I want to give you guys the information that you need to level up. Seriously. Guys, before making this video, sometimes when I make these YouTube videos, I want to be like, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And I want to be more authentic with you guys. And I want to be able to have these real talks where you guys can see who I really am as an individual, as a human, just like all of you. I'm just like all of you. I look a little bit differently than you guys, but I want to be more authentic with my videos. And I think that YouTube is such a great way for you guys to get to know me a little bit better, because it's not a 30 to 60 second clip. Like, we've been on here, I think it's recording for 17 minutes now. That's a lot of time, guys. And if you do want to just talk to me on the phone, get to know me, like, guys, book a call below. Let's get you involved on the team and let's make some big moves. But guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.